Akane Banashi is the best series to come out of WSJ during the 20s. A combination of brisk writing and clean visual aesthetic, a simple, relatable plot, and a main character that is attractive but not sexy. Throw in a strong, focused effort to push this series as the next big thing, and you get the Taylor Swift of shonen manga. But don't you find it a bit suspicious as to why Akane was such a breakout hit? Well, it's because of Act Age and the foundation that it laid out for AB's success. Drawn by the talented Shiro Usazaki and written by the sexual predator Tatsuya Matsuki, Burn in Hell, Act Age was a unique manga running in Weekly Shonen Jump that focused on Kei Yonagi, a 16-year-old high schooler who works extremely hard to help support her younger siblings. Her dad is the typical shonen deadbeat, and her mom is the typical shonen MILF who died long ago. Kei has the uncanny ability to method act at a high level, and this talent leads her to Studio Daikokuten, a talent agency that will help push her to heights that the young lady never imagined for herself. The early parts of Act Age sets up Kei's foray into acting. She auditions for and ends up in Death Island, a movie that highlights her intense ability to method act. It's through this initial arc that we see exactly what the creators were gunning for. When you start acting, you usually try a bunch of different things to determine what your lane is. Many people who get into television may move into character acting for movies or theater. In Japanese media, an agency will often push their signee to do music, television commercials, stand-up comedy, G or parts modeling to mold them into a well-rounded celebrity. The long game is more valued in Japanese entertainment compared to more flash-in-the-pan type roles which you'll see in North American entertainment circles. As such, it doesn't come off as much of a surprise when the creative duo decides to pull back the purview of the story and place Kei in a stage play. Theater is incredibly hard as it's entirely based around performances bleeding into one another. With cinema, you can rely on movie magic to get the most out of your actors and the scene. But on stage, your projection of voice, your smoldering stare, tense body language, or loose flailing of limbs dictates how the other actors perform. One underperformance can and will bring down the rest of the production. Mastering stage is something that only the most accomplished, cerebral of actors are capable of doing. Sumiji, a director/producer who is helping Kei develop her career, suggests that our heroine sign up for a play as a means to develop her chemistry towards her co-stars. After observing a stage performance put together by Yujiro Iwao, Kei decides to partake in his production of the classic Japanese fantasy, Night on the Galactic Railroad. When I read through Galactic Railroad, I knew I was seeing something special happen in real time. The art of Act Age is awe-inspiring. It is with no exaggeration when I say that Usazaki is one of the greatest character designers in all of Weekly Shonen Jump history. You know what? Let me put my face to this statement. Had Act Age continued on, Usazaki would have been in the conversation for one of the greatest mangaka currently working. As I mentioned, Akane Banashi overtook Act Age in the magazine as the entertainment series, and for as strong as Akane Banashi is, it does not compare to Act Age. Kei is a chameleon with an icy stare that pierces your core. She's everything you would expect from a teenage actress, pause. Her slender frame and large eyes lend themselves to features fitting of a leading woman. Long black hair that cascades towards her mid-back, with a classic ahoge, gives her a non-traditional look. Kei Yonagi is a stunning actress in the mold of a Rachel Zegler or Sekimizu Nagisa, but it's how the mangaka is able to morph Kei into a different look depending on her roles that really elevates this arc into one of the Weekly Shonen classics. Galactic Railroad, while a children's story, is a somewhat tragic one. Kei plays the supporting male role of Campanella, friend to Giovanni, the lead, who is played by Araya Myojin. Araya is a similar actor to Kei, but more developed. However, throughout the stage play, he is matched and sometimes outacted by Kei. Her portrayal of Campanella is done with bravado and whimsy. Even with her hair shortened for the run, Kei's icy stare stands out and immediately catches the audience and the reader with how stunning she is. While there are plenty of close-ups, most of them include the torso of the characters, so I won't claim that the mangaka was looking for shortcuts. Faces are very expressive and distinctive, and when our cast slips into the characters that they're acting as, they're illustrated in unique ways that convey the appropriate emotions for the scene. The fact that all of this can be communicated so well, not just through the visuals, but also the dialogue of the characters, is a testament to how developed the pedophile's writing ability was for a manga that wasn't even a full year into its publication. The cast are able to communicate so well with each other, so much so that you feel that you're a part of the production alongside them, rehearsing lines, getting into character, and balancing the realities of real life alongside developing goals for an unseen, uncertain future. The play itself is also mesmerizing. While there is typical shonen drama behind the scenes threatening to unhinge the production, the actors all put on their best faces and in the midst of adversity and loss, overcome these hurdles, showcasing the power of community and the resolve of theater acting. Act Age would continue to fly high for about 70 more chapters until it was abruptly cancelled. While subsequent arcs didn't read as strongly as Galactic Railroad, Kei would continue to grow as an actress, dipping her toes into commercials, more movies, even music videos. Act Age wasn't a fantastical series. Compared to the aforementioned Akane Banashi or Oshinoko, which had started not too long before the end of Act Age, this series told a very grounded story with characters that could have been mistaken for manga interpretations of real-life entertainers. The writing and art was what pushed Act Age into the sphere of great shonen series, and Galactic Railroad revealed two creators embracing the unique medium of manga to portray the expansive reach of acting. In the summer of 2020, Tatsuya Matsuki committed several crimes against young girls, and Shueisha was absolutely right to shut the series down instead of replacing the writer. However, the Japanese legal system is a joke, and this asshole is still roaming the streets free, soon to be over his suspended sentence. It's bittersweet reading Act Age, knowing that the person behind such unique manga chapters that stand beside greats like Toriko, Rurouni Kenshin, and One Piece is a predator that couldn't keep his hands to himself. It just goes to show that some of the greatest actors in the business are actually monsters hiding in plain sight. Galactic Railroad is a Weekly Shonen Jump greatest hit.